Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Mundo's Garden. So just a little background. We've been gone I haven't done a video in at least a couple weeks because family and I were out of town. We went to South Florida and Central Florida. We were out there for about 10 days. Great vacation. I'm glad we did it. And but now we are here back in the garden. Things are looking good, so I wanted to give you guys a little update, show you what we got going on. So first and foremost, we start with the main little strawberry patch I got here. Well, the big one. And as you see, we got plenty of flowers starting to come in. And so things here should be looking right soon. And then over here, we got a bunch of strawberries that I have just kind of separated. Corn is starting to come in. So we got some there. Kiwi is putting off some foliage. Might have to tie that up. I use these little like Velcro straps. They do come in handy. But we got a second leaf off. A second branch off that way. I'm concerned with the peach. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with this because I'm not really seeing new growth coming in here, so that's concerning. But I'm seeing a new stem coming off of the bottom. But if it's going to continue to die every year, that's not going to be a good thing. So moving on to this. Now this one I love. This is the cherry tree. Look at all that new growth. It's vibrant. It's beautiful. Full of flowers, which is fantastic because flowers typically mean fruit, right? Let's hope that's the case for most of these. But yeah, we got a lot. We got a lot coming in there. Here we have beets. This is where the beets are. And it looks like we got some coming in right there. We got some weeds that we got to get rid of. Those look like beets coming in there. These are weeds. So we'll have to dig out a little bit and try to get underneath there. Some weeds there. And then we got some onions here, which are sprouting lovely. So I'll have to work on the weeds in this little bed here. Now look at this. Radishes. These are radishes. We got some onions in the corner there, some onions in the corner there. And unfortunately, we lost the aloe. We had some cold come in, and it really did a number on the aloe. I'm going to trim these off in hopes that the plant might still survive. Now, that is one thing that I don't know if I've ever brought up in the past. I may have, but I do believe always that it's a good idea to pay attention to your plants. When you have dead leaves, it's good to go ahead and remove those leaves or extremely damaged leaves. And the reason being is that plants tend to want to focus their energy on repairing itself, right? Making itself healthy again. So when it finds something that's not healthy on it, it will concentrate its energy there. And there are some situations where really the limb, leaf, appendage, if you will, is so far gone that it's not worth it. It's not going to actually fix it. So it's better to move on from that. So remove that leaf or whatever it may be, and that way the plant can focus its energy on creating new growth. So on that little side note, we do have a weed here. Now this is where I planted carrots, and this doesn't look like carrots. Those are weeds. I don't actually see the carrots coming in just yet. I see a lot of stuff here, and I don't think I put that many seeds in one place, so I'm gonna have to pay attention to what's going on there. Don't know what this is. That is a piece of something. But I'm not seeing the carrots coming in just yet. So we'll give that a little bit of time and see what happens with that. We'll keep an eye on it. But never be discouraged if it takes a little longer sometimes. It happens from time to time. So again, onions, and now I will make a side note here. Onions are the onions that we have here are actually from a gentleman that works for the disposal company that we use, and he I think works the days that we do the recycling. So he actually saw our garden and was impressed with it, to where he asked us if he brought us some seeds or whatever it may be, if we would plant it. So he brought us large kernel corn, and he brought us onions. When we got back from Florida, we saw a bag on the door with okra that he said he was going to bring. And so we'll be putting the okra in the ground. I don't know how that is. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of studying on okra before I put that in the ground. But you see the onions that he's given us were ready to go. They're doing fantastic. Now this unfortunately got a little bit out of hand while I was gone. And yes, folks, this is asparagus. As you see, it's already starting to loosen up, and we typically don't want that. So I am going to have to harvest. You typically, from what I'm told, now keep in mind this is the first time I'm harvesting asparagus. You want to wait till the spear is at least about 8 to 10 inches off of the ground, which this is about 8 inches, and you're going to want to cut it at about ground level. Yeah, I noticed this one yesterday. This one, for some reason, is all floppity. I don't know why that happens, but most of them are nice and firm, but you don't really want them to loosen up like this. When they start doing this, that's not a good spear anymore, right? So I'm going to have to figure out, what do I do? Do I leave this be, or should I cut it still? Same with this one, right? It loosened up. It started putting out other things, and I think this is what they call going to fern. So I'm going to have to figure out, but I am today going to have to harvest some of that. Haven't really done much in here except for potatoes. I'm going to have to trim one that looks like it started growing up, and then the cold hit it. I can zoom in a little bit on it over there, but I'll get closer as well. Our bunching onions. I'll be putting more potatoes in the ground today, and so originally my plan was to do half of this tomatoes and do like zucchini or something like that over here. So I may rethink that and end up doing the whole thing potatoes, and then over there where I was planting the potatoes, maybe do the zucchinis with some other things. But let me show you what happened here to the potato that started coming up. You can see the color there, definitely. And it shriveled up here at the top. So I'm going to trim this in hopes that it'll just stop trying to grow that and focus on the new growth. Because that's what we want. We want new growth. And I believe this is coming off of the potatoes here, that there, and I'm sure I have others that I'm just not spotting quite yet. But they'll be coming in soon enough. That looks like that actually might be from potatoes. Oh, right there in the center there. And then obviously I got some weeds I got to get rid of. Now over here, I'm not really noticing the lettuce popping out, which is possible that I may make a change and flip what I was doing. So let me show you what I was doing originally. I had half of this and I put lettuce in rows. And I was going to do tomatoes in the other half. So I think I might, if it allows me, I may change it up and do tomatoes kind of like in the middle and run lettuce and stuff around it. One thing that I did notice popping in over here as well, in the last bed where the potatoes are, I decided to throw some leftover cilantro down. You can see the seed actually still on that one. And on a couple of them actually. So they're actually starting to pop up here, some cilantro, which is good. I also have cilantro in here that is starting to pop up as well. In the tire, we'll have some decent cilantro here. Look at that onion though. Like, those onions are full and fantastic. So things are looking good so far. We got a little strawberry patch here, and I gave them a little more room, each one, so that they could maybe put off a baby at the end of the year. And then here's where originally I was going to do this, like maybe full of potatoes, but I think I might just switch the other one to fully potatoes and maybe make this zucchini and a couple other things. Now I think we're about time to where we can start putting in the cucumber seeds, and I'm going to go ahead and start doing that. I'm going to probably be transplanting some of my tomato. Also, I did notice a little new growth on my grapes as well. We got some growth there, some growth there. So we'll see. I mean, honestly speaking, I'm not overly worried about that. And then the last thing I'll show you guys, before I show you the new little plants, we got a bunch of new growth on our fig. Fig is looking fantastic. Then I'll just show you kind of what I got going on in the window there. I left those indoors while I stepped out of town, and it's actually my indoor plants. Most of them have come in pretty nicely. A few of them looks like they did die off, and that's normal. That's going to happen. But some of that stuff is actually going to get transferred to my garden. So that was pretty much the update. Oh, that's right. I did forget. Peas. We got more asparagus over here. And those are peas. That's the asparagus. Asparagus. And I believe that these are peas as well, which that may be zucchini. So, so that's the update for today. We do have this other fig that I forgot about until I just saw it right now, and that's actually got some nice growth coming in. Anyways, so that is the update for today. We got a lot going on. I may do another video doing some, just planting some potatoes later. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Happy gardening, guys. It's time. The season is here. Let's get it going. Let's build a sustainable future, and let's do it together, guys. So happy gardening, happy growing, guys. Have a good one.